Hey guys, what's up? Hope everybody is doing groovy, and thank you for joining me today for a first for me. I'm reviewing a series of games, specifically obviously the King of Fighters series. I've been playing through these games now. I picked them all up on offer just before Christmas and I've been having a whale of a time, so I thought instead of doing several videos on each game, which seems rather excessive, I thought I'd just condense it all down to just this one video. But if you guys enjoy me just combining it all down and condensing it, so instead of elaborating too much on each individual one, as they are pretty much the same conceptually all the way through, please let me know in the comments, or if you'd prefer me to make more specific videos on each individual game, let me know. I will do whatever you want me to, within reason, of course. But anyway, thank you for watching, and let's get straight in. The King of Fighters game series is one that actually slipped past me until I picked up the games before Christmas. I've always been a huge fan of fighting games ever since playing the first Primal Rage, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Soul Blade, etc. back in the day. But King of Fighters for some reason just eluded me. However, now that I've actually had a chance to play a fair few games in the series and just really sort of get into the franchise itself, I realise what I've been missing, because the King of Fighters games are actually really damn good. The series started back in 1994 with the very aptly titled King of Fighters 94 and was developed by SNK for the Neo Geo. The Neo Geo arcade cabinets and handheld Neo Geo, of course, would be the series' home throughout the 90s until compilations of the franchise made its way to PlayStation 2 and other home consoles. I have to be honest, although I did spend a good chunk of my childhood inside of arcades, my family didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up, so I didn't really have a lot of disposable income to play tons of games. So when I did have money to play on these arcade cabinets down at the beach or whatever, it would mostly be Street Fighter 2 I'd play, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. I didn't really go for anything I didn't know at the time, but of course Street Fighter was so popular in the early 90s that that's just what I went with. The most recent game in the series is King of Fighters 14, and it's available on the PlayStation 4 and PC, with the King of Fighters 15 being released sometime this year. Interestingly, the series was intended to be a side-scrolling beat-em-up called Survivor, so that was pretty cool, and Terry Bogard from the Fatal Fury franchise, another of SNK's awesome creations, is also a playable character in many of the King of Fighters games. The gameplay of King of Fighters is no different from any other game in its genre, to be honest, and of its time. Light and heavy punches and kicks, combos, special attacks that are all obviously specific to each individual fighter, and it boasts a very impressive and pretty extensive roster of fighters to choose from, both male and female, which is again really cool. King of Fighters also innovated the genre by having 3v3 matches instead of the standard 1v1, and you can select obviously 3 fighters and then choose which one of those fighters goes first, second and third, and then you duke it out with your opponent until all 3 of your or your opponent's team are KO'd. The gameplay is really fun, to be honest, and the characters are all pretty cool. I highly recommend picking up any of the King of Fighters collections on the PlayStation 4 as well as the King of Fighters 14 game. It's another great fighting game series that I cannot believe that I had missed. I do have to say that, in all honesty, I have not found an online match on King of Fighters 14. I haven't really spent too much time finding one, but when I have sat in the lobby waiting, I just unfortunately haven't found a game. But there is plenty of offline content, so you're not going to miss out too much by getting the game. You've still got plenty. You've still got a main story mode. You've still got all the local stuff that you can do, which is all pretty cool. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Please let me know down in the comments if you are going to pick up any of the King of Fighters franchise, or if you've already played it and you'd like to share down below what you love about the franchise. But thank you all very much for watching, and until next time.